Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another late night podcast with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Bridget.
And I'm your host, Holly.
So, how you doing today, girl?
I'm doing good. I'm excited about this show, but a little nervous because people might look at us after this and say, damn, them some weird southern chicks.
I think everybody has some weird quirks, but
Yeah, that's
I
true.
just want to start out by saying, have you ever seen anybody accessorize their nightgown?
No, and you look absolutely cute as a button. I love
Thank
it. I
you.
love it. Glasses match, earrings,
Thank you.
everything.
Yeah, I like
I
matching
love it.
stuff.
How's your day been going today?
It's good. It's doing real
Good.
good. Yeah, yeah. Just trying to stay out of trouble. That's my day every day.
I know, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
staying out of trouble is the best thing we can do because we can get into some predicaments.
Amen. So tonight, y'all, we're talking about weird quirks that we have, past and present, things that we might have done when we was younger, things we do now. And, and some of y'all might say, oh, that's not weird. I do that. And if you do, good for you. You're weird too. Okay. So, but we're just going to start out. So, Holly, tell me something weird that you do or that you used to do.
Okay, do you want a past or do you want a present?
I don't care. Just give me one.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give y'all a pass, okay? Now don't judge me because I was little. I was a little girl. Well, when I was little, I was probably like 6 or 7. I used to make this yelping sound and jerk my head back. And it
Show
would
us.
be,
Show us.
oh my God, for real.
Yeah. Do
Oh
it.
God, I tell you what, when I do this and Tammy watches this podcast, she's gonna laugh her ass off because she's
Now,
7 years older
who's
than me.
Tammy? Who's Tammy? Let's let
That
everybody know who Tammy is.
That's my cousin who's my best friend, my sister, who lives two
Very
doors
good.
down. Her mom and my mom are sisters. But she's gonna remember this very well. But I would jerk my head like this and I would go, well, I can't yelp real loud, but I'd be like, and I'll never forget my mom and my aunt, Tammy's mom, they both worked at this local convenience store in our town called Nick's Pit Quick. And after school, I would walk up there and me and my brother, we'd sit up there and mom would bring us like a burger or some chicken or some pizza and tater wedges or whatever. And I'll
Hmm.
never forget, I was up there sitting in the booth and Mr. King at the time worked in the kitchen with
Hmm.
mama. And I loved that man and he'd always come up and give me a hug and all that. And
Yeah.
he went over and told mama that he thought something was wrong. And she said, what do you mean? And he said, well, she's out there like jerking her head and barking like a dog. He said, my mama says she does that shit all the time. There ain't nothing wrong with her. It's just a habit that she's got.
Ain't nothing wrong with her.
It's so embarrassing. I don't know why I did that. And the weird thing is, I don't even remember if I did it when I was in school. I don't think I did it when I was in school. I think it was only when I was home or out. But I don't remember doing that like
So
when
when
I
you
was in
did
school.
that, like, did you like? Let's say you're riding in a car 30 minutes. Like, how many times would you do it in 30 minutes? Just once, or
Shit,
was it
no,
like
it
you?
was repetitive. Like it was like how when your dog's got to go out and pee and he's gonna bark about 10,000 times before you let him out. That's about what it was.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised your
and
mama like.
I didn't bark. It was just a loud yelp that I would do. But he called at me barking like a dog. And I was
I
6.
feel
I
like
was
you
7.
say I'm a lot like your mom, but I feel like if I was your mom and I knew you could control it. Now, if it was a disease or a disorder that you couldn't control, I think I'd have more understanding. But if I knew that nothing was wrong with you and you could control that, I think you'd caught my the back of my hand. I'm just gonna be.
Oh girl, you wouldn't believe the times my mama would come up to me and say, "Cut that shit out."
It sounds like me for sure. And y'all, when I say you'd have caught the back of my hand, it's just a joke, okay?
Yes, it's just a joke. So don't come after
Don't
her because we'll
consult
come
with my
after you.
kids about that, but it's just a joke.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
exactly. What about you? What's one of your quirks, past or present?
I have ever since I hit puberty and began to have a cycle. Of course, when you have your cycle, you wear your tampons, your pads, whatever. But on the days I wasn't having a cycle, I wear a panty liner every single day and change it 2 to 3 times a day.
Now, got a question about that because that I knew about you. And real quick before we finish touching on this, y'all, if you haven't already subscribed to us, make sure y'all click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these juicy podcasts that we're doing.
And we
But
always forget to tell y'all that because we assuming y'all know, but we just so excited to get started with it, we just don't tell you.
yeah, so you just throughout, it might be 10 minutes in, you might hear me or Bridget just say real quick, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe, okay, and hit the notification bell. My thing, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking this.
Go ahead.
Do you not get tired of constantly having something down there and not feeling like your regular underwear?
No, I'll be honest with you. You got to realize I'm 52 and I've been doing this probably since I was 13. So we're going to say 40 years, almost
But
40 years.
why?
Okay, well, first of all, when you're a young girl, damn, I'm going to get in some deep shit again with you. But
Sorry.
when you're a young girl, when you start puberty, you have discharge. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
Yeah.
girls won't admit that, but you do have discharge. And then and that will leave like that white discharge on your panties. And I never could stand that. Well, again, let's go back to when I was a young child or young girl. My dad was a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, and he we would wash clothes once a week, but I was more responsible for washing my clothes by the time I got in that age, 12, 13 years old.
Right.
And because I was a young girl and I didn't care, I didn't wash my clothes like I should. So a lot of times I would wear the same panties for a few days. And so I would just wear a panty liner to keep
I'm
them.
sorry.
Damn,
It
girl.
ain't funny, but just hearing you say that just so non nonchalant. No, I'd wear the same panties for a few days. It just,
I did.
that's one of them outburst laughs that I just could not control.
Well,
I'm
see what
sorry.
what it was. We were really poor, and I didn't have but like 4 or 5 pair of panties. Period. And my dad, we didn't have a wash machine, so washing my clothes was hand washing them in the sink.
Oh
And I didn't
damn.
want to have to do that all the time and wring them out and hang them up. So I would just wear a pair of panties like 4 or 5 days in a row. It was 2 to 3. It went to 4 or 5.
I bet by the time you took them motherfuckers off, they walked to the kitchen sink.
They stood up on their own.
Oh
They
my
stood up on their own like they was starched. I'm gonna share a personal story with you where we couldn't afford a lot of panties. You gonna laugh at me,
God.
bitch? What the fuck?
But you know what, though? If your best friends can't laugh at you, who can?
But anyhow, I'd wear the same pair of
Oh,
panties about 7 or 8 days in a row.
so you wasn't a girl that was she changes her pair of panties as much as we drink water. Oh my god.
Anyhow,
Please
I'd
tell
wear
me
a
your
pair.
nickname wasn't Susie Rotten Crotch in school because of that.
No, people couldn't smell me because I changed my panty liner every day. But anyhow, y'all, I wore the same panties for about 10 or 12 days in a row.
Oh, I had to mute myself on that one. God, I can't breathe.
So anyhow,
Oh,
because I'd wear the same panties for about 30 days in a row, I would just change
oh my god. Would you be like, okay, this is the pair of panties I'm gonna wear every Tuesday, so I have to wash them. Okay, this is the pair I'll wear every Friday and not have to wash. Wait, please tell me, were you wearing panty liners at that time?
That's what made me start because I didn't want. I started discharging, and
You
and I was like, I
started
can't keep.
firing out the charge.
Yeah, I started discharging, and I was like, well, I don't want to have to wash these some bitches in the sink
Oh,
every night. So I just got to where I would put
oh.
panty liners on her, and I would change the panty liners 2 or 3 times a day.
Oh, okay. God, I was
Because
gonna
to me,
say,
it's like
please don't.
having a fresh pair of panties on. You know what I'm saying? Because the only
Oh,
other thing
okay.
that's touching your body is around your waist and stuff. But that's what started it. And now, I'll be honest with you. If let's say, for instance, I run out of panty liners and I'm waiting to go get some from Walmart and I have to wear panties without them, I
You
hate it. I
toilet
hate the
paper?
feeling of it.
Oh, okay.
I hate the feeling of it. I like having that panty liner there.
I was hoping you weren't gonna say that you wore that
But
panty
do you
liner
know
for like a
because of
month straight.
that? Do you know because of that? Because now I have two or three drawers full of panties just because when I was younger I didn't have but like four pairs.
Uh, I get that. I get that because there's things that, as like when I grew
She
up,
gonna
there
go
was.
oh after she's there for 30 minutes. Oh, that's sad.
I'm the same way. Things that you like when you're a child, when you
Yeah,
get to be an adult, it comes out because like I got hand me downs a lot. I got a lot of my sister's clothes and Tammy's clothes, and
yeah.
so being older now, I buy the clothes that I want. I might buy a lot of them. Sorry, but I didn't get that when I was younger, and I'm very
That's what I'm saying.
protective. Yeah, and
Right.
I'm very protective over the things that I do
Hmm.
buy too, like a new phone or an iPad. And when
Yeah.
somebody says, hey, can I use your phone? Because if they drop and break it, who's gonna get me another one? And
Right.
I take very, very good care of my
Yeah.
things, and I know
Right.
I'll care for it properly. As to where other people may not do that.
So now that we found out I wear a pair of panties for 2 months at a time when I was younger, I'm just kidding. It was it's screwing times every time.
If I would have been friends with you, then I would have bought you panties for your birthday and your
Nobody ever
Christmas.
knew it because I have always been a very clean person, and I know it doesn't. Now, honest to God, y'all, it really was just usually I would wear one pair like 2, maybe 3 days,
Yeah.
and I believe it or not, this is gonna sound really gross, but even at the age of 13, before I'd wear them that third day, I'd smell them. They stink.
Was it like
No, they
scratch and
good.
sniff?
They
It was
yeah, they
it was
good.
like
I
scratch
wear
and
them one
sniff.
more day. Yeah, it was usually only 2 3 days, but I would
Oh,
smell them every day and make sure that they didn't have an odor.
well, that's good though. That's good. You did protect that part. Um, okay. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, I'm gonna go on to my next quirk, which was in the past. Keep in
Okay.
mind, I was little. I don't know what it was,
Well, it
but
didn't matter to you. It didn't matter to you that I was little in my story.
it did. It did. It did, but it was the way you said it, like just nonchalantly. I wear the same pair of pants 3 or 4 days, and you just kept talking. I'm like, it got me. I was like, she didn't even hesitate. That was
No,
pretty
because that
cool.
was life as I knew it. That's what we did.
Exactly, exactly. Um, but one of my quirks I did in the past, and this really drove my mom crazy, minus the head jerking. I went from head jerking and yelping to sticking my middle finger up, both of them. And I'd just be sitting there and I would do it like this. I'd go, shoom, shoom. And
What
I
did the
don't know
butchers
why.
what did the butchers say about that?
That he never got to see. Mr. King
Oh,
never got to see that. And I'll never forget, I had done it one day, one too many times. And my mama caught me in mid finger air. She said, if you don't sit on your middle fingers right now, she said, I'm gonna cut your fucking fingers off. And of course,
see.
she wasn't really gonna cut my fingers off, y'all. My mom's Italian, so
Yeah.
she's gonna get you. And she was like, I want you to sit on both your hands right now. So I tucked them up under my thigh and I'd see it. And she'd sit there and she'd just watch me. I'd go to take that hand out a little bit and I'd go, shoo. And she'd look, look, because y'all, I was fast. It was like speeding light on my middle fingers. But I don't know what made me do that. And my mom was like, you got to stop doing that. She's like, you flipping everybody off. She was like, quit with
You
it.
know what it sounds like to me? Because I'm going to get into something deep with you. It sounds like to me that as a child, there was times that you felt like you wasn't seen, and so you did things to get her attention.
But I don't know how because I was a daddy's girl and he spoiled me all the time. I was always a daddy's girl and
But what
my
about
mama
mama?
paid attention to me. I was always up my daddy's ass nonstop, like it was me and daddy, me and daddy. But now I did
Yeah.
become a mama's girl once he got sick with cancer, that's what brought me and her.
Or closer.
Yep,
Yeah, I
that's when
remember
she
you telling
become
me
my
that.
best friend.
How about that? Okay, next. I'm kind of traumatized. I don't know if I should read this next fact or not.
Oh no, I didn't mean to traumatize you about your panties. I didn't mean to ruin your Black Panther
No,
party.
no, no. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So I use a toothbrush only for just one day, and then I throw it away. I use a new toothbrush every day.
I mean, I don't think that's weird. I think that's actually pretty good because you've got me wanting to do that. Like I want to go to the Dollar Tree and just buy like $50 worth of toothbrushes. Because if you do not clean those toothbrushes like you should, which is in scalding, boiling hot water, you risk getting so much like bacteria and shit in your mouth.
Well, I tell you, if you want to do it, Walmart sells a 6 pack for like $6. They're $1 a toothbrush.
No, and that's not bad. But God, but isn't that? I just gotta ask though, isn't that pricey? Because it will, if you think about it, you're spending there's what 350, 52, 54 days of the year, whatever, and
Yeah,
you're spending
I spend $30 a month in toothbrushes.
$30 a month. Yeah, wow. Do you know the ink refills
Or
and
is it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Am I lying? No, it might be $3. I need to look that up. Let me give you the right facts on that because, in case somebody else is out there, the reason I do that is what you just said. It's because I don't want I don't like the germ aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to sit here and take a toothbrush that one day I might have started coming down sick. And what started that was when we go on vacation, I would never take my toothbrush and travel. I
yeah.
always bought the disposable ones when I went on vacation. We would use them the week we were on vacation, and at the end of vacation, we would throw them away. Well, then I started liking the idea of having these disposable toothbrushes. So then I just started buying those packs and actually, just using one a day and throwing it away. And that way, if you, I'm fucking done with you. What the fuck did I do?
I just like. Do you think that that stemmed from
The
because
panties?
you couldn't throw your panties out? Because you only had so little that you like
No.
fuck it. I'm gonna use a new toothbrush every day since I couldn't have a new pair of panties every day. Like
No,
literally,
I think it can. I do think this stems from like afraid of being the germaphobe and afraid of sicknesses. I'm lying to you.
yeah.
It's $1.22 for 6 toothbrushes.
16.
Six.
Oh,
A
six
dollar
for $1.
twenty-two.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So
then
you
you're
got
only spending about like $5 a month.
no. Yeah, for a week I'm spending $1 a week.
No, yeah, so you spending 45 dollars. That's not a lot of money
So
then.
you get 6 of them right there
Yeah, that's not bad.
for $1.22. They're called Dr. Fresh.
Oh, okay. Cause yeah, and I tell you, like I replace my toothbrush like every month. But if I get
Mhm.
sick, it just automatically gets tossed. I'm not the one
Right.
who's gonna boil my toothbrushes. I'm gonna get a new one, and I go to the dentist so much.
Well, everybody
Anyway,
told me you can get those UV lights and put them in. I don't want that either. I'd
yeah,
just rather
and
for $1.20 a week. You know what I'm saying? What basically it turns out to be about $4 or $5 a month. I just get new
yeah,
toothbrushes.
and then also too, when people piss and shit in your bathroom, those particles travel. You don't
Yes.
want to brush your teeth with somebody's shit on it. That's just
No, if you and especially if you have a small bathroom. But they said that poo poo particles when you flush the toilet, poo poo
it
particles go
does,
up there, they
and
spread out,
the
and they
pee
go and
pee.
they land 6 feet away.
Isn't that
So if your
crazy?
toothbrush, yeah, if your toothbrush is within 6 feet of your toilet, you are brushing your teeth with somebody else's shit.
And that is disgusting.
It
And
is.
I keep on my toothbrush. I keep it in a cabinet so it's not floating around getting poo poo whatever on it. But I have like this little plastic thing, and I don't know if you're supposed to wash them, but I wash it every time I take my toothbrush out. I wash it, or before I put it back in, and it's just a little plastic cover that seals over the head of it. That didn't look right, but anyway, I put that on it and then I put it in my cabinet and shut and
But they
shut the
actually
door.
say that those covers harbor the germs more.
Even if you clean it and clean your toothbrush? Because
Yeah,
now
because
I
you're
always
putting it
rinse
in
my
there
toothbrush
wet.
in pure hot water.
You're putting it in there wet, and so when you're putting it in there wet, you're harboring the germs in
Oh,
there.
yes, I need to let it dry before I do it. That's
Mhm.
true. That's true. I didn't think
I
about
just think
that.
you just need to start going to Walmart and buying six $1 toothbrushes and just throwing
Yeah,
it
and
out
just toss that shit. Just toss
every
it.
day.
Um, so I'm gonna go with a present one that I do, and I definitely know now. I don't know if this shit is genetic, but my mom did it, and I do it, and I don't know why. But I chew the inside of my cheek, and I'm always like, and when I get this side, then I get this side because it's, I don't know, it's very soothing to me. It's not like it's a late night snack, but it's just, I just have a habit of it, and it's like
Do you
I'm
put scars
cleansing.
or sores in the inside of your mouth from doing it, or like to pull
No,
pieces of
no,
skin
I have
off?
chewed. I have chewed before to where like I have like broke the skin and it'll hurt, but I have no scars or nothing. But my
Oh, okay.
mom used to do that, and that's one of the things that I still do. And Jason to get on to me, because I'll be like, and he'll be like, he'll literally slap my hand like a child, not hard, and he'll be like, quit that. He's like, stop doing that. That's a bad habit. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't. I never know when I'm doing it because
Yeah,
it just happens. But that's one of
yeah,
my present habits, quirks that I have.
yeah. I've heard of people doing stuff like that before. Okay, y'all. I will not eat at anybody else's house, and I don't. If somebody we have a potluck and everybody brings a dish, I won't. I only eat my own food. I don't eat anybody else's. And because the reason I do that is because when I stand in the kitchen, if you ever watch somebody like take a light or stand them in the sunlight and let them talk, and there will be spit particles that'll come in their out of their mouth. And I always worry that people are in the kitchen just talking normal,
It's
but
going,
those spit particles are coming out and landing on the food. So
yeah,
when I cook in the kitchen, I don't talk. I don't let anybody come in there and stand in the kitchen while I cook. I wash my hands 100 times. I'm just a really picky cook when it comes to that stuff. Your hair has to be up. Your hands has to be washed. You can't speak. You can't talk to anybody and stuff like that. I'm just really weird about it. And it irks me when a waitress comes to your table and she's got, she's carrying the tray like right here under her chin. Her hands here, and she's like,
yes, I
okay,
hate that shit.
yes, she got, okay, I've got steak here. And at that point, I have to tell myself, just don't think about it. Don't think, because I almost want to say, take it back.
Or when they're holding it and it's touching their shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I don't know what's come across the top of your shirt, and
Yeah, I just
I
hate.
understand that. Like, I don't.
Do you
To
know
me,
we
I'm.
had a waitress one time that I got Coke and my daughter got Dr. Pepper, and she said, I don't know which is which. And she took the cup and put her nose up to it and smelled our drink.
Did you get another drink?
I looked at her, I said, ma'am, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you just stuck your nose in our drink. Please go get us another one. She goes, oh, I didn't even think about that. I'm sorry. Yes, she did. Because I was a Karen that day. I was like, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
don't
don't
want
know.
that.
It's like she's breathing through her nose, and you got snot particles and booger flakes and shit falling out in that soda. No, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't call that like a bad quirk. Now, I'm just a little bit different now. I'm really picky in my kitchen. Me and you talked about this before. I'm the same way. Don't come
Mm-hmm.
around my food. Don't breathe in here. Don't no dogs allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Don't come in here and bother me while I'm cooking. And when I cook, I'm so OCD about a hair falling off me that before I cook, I will go brush my hair out really good, pull it up like I got now, change my clothes, and put on something clean. Even though my clothes are not dirty, it's
Right.
just what I do because hair will fall out.
Yep.
But I will only eat at certain people's houses. If
Yeah.
I don't know you and you're having like a party or something,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just sip on something to drink. I don't mean
Yeah.
anything by it, but I don't know you. I don't know how you cook. But yeah, I will only eat from people like you. I know you. I had
Right.
a fantabulous meal at your house. It was amazing.
Thank
So
you.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad quirk.
Weird.
I think that's being cautious because, good God, who the hell wants to get food poisoning and end up, puking their brains out and shitting
Yeah.
water out their ass?
Well, and I've been at people's houses, and it's nothing wrong of people doing this if it's just their family there. But when you're a guest there or you're eating at their house and they still do them same habits, you're like, ugh. But I've seen it to where,
Yeah.
like, let's say for instance they're doing soup, now stir the soup, now stir, and they'll go and taste the soup, and then go back to
Yeah.
stirring with that same spoon.
Oh,
Or
hell no.
their husband will walk in there and they'll be, oh baby, that looks good, and they'll stick their finger and like make a swipe of mashed potatoes and then lick it and say, well, I want another swipe. And that
You
same
lose a
finger and
hand at
swipe
my house
again.
for that.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I've seen people when I went to their houses and eat. I've seen them or their spouses doing stuff like that, and I've been like, that's an immediate no for me. And they'll be clean people. Now I do eat at I've eaten at my mother in law's house before. Of course, I mean it's Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner. You feel like you have to do that,
Right.
and I will eat at Shelly's house. But the reason I'm okay eating at her house is because she's like me. She's real clean, but she works in the school cafeteria, and she has
Yeah.
a safe serve certificate. Safe service where you're taught how to handle food properly, and so she's real finicky about her kitchen. So I'm like, those are places that I'm used to eating, and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But if, let's say for instance, any of my other friends would be like, "Hey, come over. We're gonna have snacks." I'll come over and I'll bring a drink or bring my water, but I probably ain't gonna eat. I
Yep.
probably am not gonna eat.
I don't think nothing's wrong with that. Okay, I got another quirk, and it's one in the past. And again, why y'all? I was just a weird child. Maybe it's because I'm a ginger. I don't know. That maybe that's what it is. But when I was little, I used to take and I would just grab a piece of hair and I would just roll it and roll it and roll it and roll it till I got a little ball out of it and I would rip it out my hair. Now, I always sat on the love seat. Well, our house is different now because we remodeled and made it bigger. But years ago, the way it was set up, I would sit on the love seat because I like to look out the big window that we had on the side of the house and the front of the house, and I would take the balls and just drop them down. Well, my mama went to do her spring cleaning and move all the furniture, and well, when she moved the little couch, all you saw was like hundreds and hundreds of little red balls of hair. And of course, she knew they were mine because I'm the only redheaded child that she's got. My brother and sister had my dad's features. They used to tell me I was the milkman's baby, but my dad's dad, Grandpa
I had red
Red,
hair.
yeah, that's where I got the red hair from. And
Gotcha.
she got on to me so bad, and she was really concerned because
That's what I
it
was
was
gonna
so
say.
much. Yeah, it was so much hair. So she comes to me, she's doing this and feeling my hair and stuff. And I'm like, Mama, what are you doing? She was like, come here. And she brought me in here in the living room. She said, what the hell was this? Now, my mama, y'all remember, she's Italian. She cussed like a sailor. And I just looked down and I was like, my hair. She said, why are you pulling your hair out? I
Yeah.
said, I don't know. It's fun. And she, again, quit that shit. And I eventually stopped it. But to
Yeah.
me, it was fun. So y'all are probably thinking this bitch has got some jacked up issues. But honestly, I didn't have daddy issues. I didn't have mommy issues. I didn't like attention from my parents. It's just, I don't know. I think because my brain sometimes does not rest and I always want something to do. That I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's why I just did it. I don't know. But I was also the class clown in school. So,
Oh, okay.
that could be why, I'm going to be funny and pull my hair out. But yeah,
How
that's,
funny.
that's one of mine.
I would have been concerned too if I was your mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are about foods. I don't know whether to read them all at once, but okay, I'm weird with certain foods. Like, I don't like mint gum. I can't stand to smell it. I don't like to chew it, but I can eat a York peppermint patty or I can eat an Andes mint. But I
I'm the
don't like,
same way, you know that. I
huh?
don't like the chew mint gum. It makes my stomach hurt and it hurts my teeth. It's too sweet. But give me a York peppermint patty, oh
Hmm.
girl, or one of those meltable mints.
Yeah.
The I'll tear them things up.
I just can't stand the smell of it. The smell of mint, I can't
It
stand the
it's
smell of
too
mint
strong.
gum. Spearmint, peppermint, none of that. No.
Which I'm not a
And
gum
then
person anyway. I don't really like to chew gum.
I don't either. I'm not a gum person either. But I have TMJ, so I just don't like that constant click when I'm chewing. I don't like to do that. I don't eat sweet potatoes because they're orange. I've never even tried them. I won't try them. I refuse to try them. But because they're orange, I won't eat them.
She can't refuse y'all because I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna let something leak. We're gonna have, I don't know when it's gonna be aired, but we're gonna have a podcast coming out where she's got, look at her face, she knows what's coming, where she's got to tell me what I've got to try, and I've got to tell her what to try, and we've got to do it on the podcast in front of y'all. And that's the first fucking thing I'm gonna get her to try is a sweet potato, and she can't say no.
I'm gonna be sick that day we do
But
that
I'm gonna tell
podcast.
you how to do it where you'll fall in love with it. I'm gonna tell you how to do it where you'll
Don't
love.
tell me brown sugar and cinnamon.
Girl, honestly, I just put butter on mine and eat the hell out of it.
Yeah, Kyle has tried to tell me brown sugar, cinnamon, and some butter. That ain't gonna work for me.
It's good
I
without
will
that,
not
but
eat.
butter's
I
better.
will not eat turnip greens or collard greens because they look like grass clippings.
Yep, same way now. I have tried them and stuff, but I will not be like, because they do. They do look like grass clippings.
I cannot eat strawberries because I'm a texture person, and strawberries has that gritty stuff, the black stuff, the gritty stuff on it. But I do like strawberry flavor, like strawberry pop tarts or strawberry jelly. I like
Right.
strawberry flavor, but I will not eat a strawberry. I can't stand it.
And I love
Um,
strawberries.
Same thing with bananas. I like banana flavoring, but I don't like bananas.
Y'all, she makes bananaless banana pudding.
Yes, I do. And everybody loves it. I've even made people that like banana pudding say leave the bananas out. And what I do when I have banana pudding, I will have a couple bananas sitting beside it, and so you can put the pudding and the wafers in your thing and cut up the bananas. Because have you ever eat banana pudding and like the next day the bananas be like brown and black and bleh, and
Girl,
slimy?
my favorite part of banana pudding is when the cookies are soggy and
Oh
the
yeah,
bananas are mushy. That's my favorite part. Even though I'm allergic to bananas.
I can't stand a smushy banana. That's bleh, bleh.
Now, could I eat just a smushy banana coming out of its peel? No. But with banana pudding, I like when the bananas are like, I don't know, I like that flavor and just the
If you would
mushy.
eat my bananaless pudding, you wouldn't miss it. You wouldn't miss the bananas at all.
Now, do you like pineapple?
Yeah, but
Well, no.
and I know you can put it in pudding, just make it like banana pudding, and we've done that before. But I ain't putting no fruit in my pudding.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say I had a recipe from a lady that I know, and I substituted the bananas with the pineapples. That shit tasted just like banana pudding. It was the damnedest thing.
Okay, well let me teach you something. When you make your banana pudding, I might send you my recipe, but when you make your banana pudding,
Uh
don't
huh.
put bananas in it, don't put pineapples in it, don't put anything. Just do your pudding and your wafers and your whipped cream and all that stuff.
Right.
And then if you have a cookout, have a bowl full of drained crushed pineapples and have bananas sitting there. And some people can have pineapple pudding and some people can have banana pudding.
Oh, okay, yeah, and they can do it
That's
either
what I do
or
for
they
my
can do both.
cookouts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do for my cookouts. I'll put both out there because
You know,
everybody brags.
and that's a good way to do it too because some people may be like, even though I still eat them, like I'm mildly allergic to them. I just get like hot lips and they swell a little bit. My throat gets really itchy. But some people could be allergic to pineapples or bananas, or somebody might like either or. So
Right.
that's a good way to do it. Because my
Yeah, it's
niece doesn't like when my sister does banana pudding. You might find one banana of that, but usually she'll do hers without bananas, or she'll put like literally one banana in the whole batch, and you might get lucky to get a banana because Courtney, my
love
niece, she doesn't like banana pudding like that. She likes it without bananas.
Okay. Okay, so what else you got?
Okay, so well, this may or may not be a weird thing. It just could be because I'm old or older, but this is a present one. But whenever I go anywhere, I don't care if it's just to go grocery shopping, to if I'm going to your house, going to work, and I have to take all of my medicine with me, and which I'm not on a lot of medicine. So it's not a whole lot that I have to bring. But
Mm,
everywhere I go, I have to take my medicine because it's like my comfort zone, my safety blanket. And I
mm,
think a lot of that comes from because I struggle, and deal with palpitations, and one of the pills that I take helps with that. So
Mhm.
anywhere I go, I always take that. I take backup medicine, and I always take like my allergy pills
Mhm.
because if I have like allergic reaction to something, I know I can pop like a Zyrtec or a Claritin. So
Mhm.
anywhere I go, I always have my medicine in my bag. I have to. I can't.
Oh,
I
okay.
have went to work before, and you can even ask Jason this because he was with me, and I was like, I got to turn around. It was like, why? I was like, because I forgot my medicine. It was like, but you already took it. I was like, I got to go get it. I got to go get it, and I turned around, and I've done that a
Mhm.
couple of times. But yeah, I always have to have my medicine with me.
How funny. Yeah, I don't think I'm like that on stuff like that. Okay, so this is not really a weird thing, but and I don't want to sit here and make it out like it's every single night, but I'm really a person, which you probably know because of our coloring days. I have to take a bath and take my makeup off before bed, or I don't sleep good.
I don't think that's a bad thing though, because I always feel like there's something about a bath or a shower and getting into your bed underneath that cover. It's like
Yeah,
it hugs you, it snugs you, and everything smells so fresh and so clean, and you've washed the day away. Even if it's a good day or a bad day,
yeah,
you've washed the day away, and you're ready for new beginnings, new day to start. So I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
that's a bad thing. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
that
always
at
have
all.
to take a bath at night and I have to take off all my makeup. I can't stand it. And then when I come in the house, like if I go out and to eat, the minute I walk in the door, like I don't do anything else. I come straight back to my room, take my bra off, and get in my gown.
I do
If
that
you
when I
come
come
to my
home
house,
a lot of
I'm gonna
times.
be in a gown. Now that when y'all come to visit, I think I did dress that day, didn't I?
I think you had on your tie dye outfit, a tie dye shirt and a pair of blue
Oh,
shorts or
okay.
something to match it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably did. But normally, like I said, that's probably because it's your first visit to my house. I'm usually going to be in a gown or in a pajamas or
Nothing
something.
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that
I,
at all.
I love it. I love it.
Um, let's see. What do I have next? I've done the rolling of the hair, the sticking the middle finger up, the chewing of the cheek. Another thing that I did when I was younger. This is a past one. And I think everybody's done this because JoJo did this when she was little, but I would take like a piece of paper and tear little pieces off and roll them up into balls and eat them. So I used to eat paper. I don't know why. I thought it was good back then. But I'm also the girl who I don't do it anymore. Although sometimes I crave it, but I don't do it. But it's so funny because my niece does it, and I know she got that shit from me.
Uh
But
oh.
I used to take biscuits or bread and dip it in my Pepsi and eat it. Or I would dip
Oh,
it in Kool-Aid and eat it. And that shit will be so, so, so good. And I
how
know that
funny.
sounds weird, but it was good.
No, I never heard that. I know. I I don't know. I've never heard of that dipping. I like to dip my bread in ranch, and everybody thinks that's weird.
I do the same thing. It's so
Like if you
good.
go
That
to
is not
Texas
weird.
Roadhouse and get the Texas Roadhouse rolls, I
Oh,
love to dip them in ranch.
yes, because they make their ranch is homemade. They make it from
Yeah,
scratch.
yeah.
And it's so funny because I'll take my bread and I love that butter. And then I go to my ranch. I'm like, I got to dip it in ranch now and eat it. I dip everything in their ranch. It's so good.
Now, I don't like Texas Roadhouse cinnamon, but I don't like cinnamon butter.
Because you don't really care for cinnamon, do you?
No, I like cinnamon. I just don't like it in butter.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it like that. Not on my bread anyway. Okay, so I only use white sheets, white washcloths, and white towels.
Well, that's mighty wide of you.
I just do. I think I like being able to going back to the germophobic and the cleanliness part of it. You
Yeah,
can bleach those, and I feel like they come cleaner. But I cannot. I think that colored towels hold odor worse. They hold more of a mildew, musty smell worse.
really.
Hmm.
Have you ever tested that theory?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
When I
okay.
first
I was gonna
moved
say
out,
that would be a neat theory to test.
Yeah, when I first moved out with my first husband, I went with all the colored stuff, like cute little pink and blue and all these different colored
Yeah.
towels. And because you couldn't bleach them, they always, like after you'd use them and stuff, they'd have like a musty skin smell to them.
Oh, okay.
And I
Cause
don't
I've
like
never.
thick towels. My son, he laughs at me because he likes big, thick, plush towels. You know what I'm
See, I
saying, to
do
dry off
too.
with. I don't like that. They've got to be paper thin. he'll say, he'll say, I'm over here drying off this fucking washcloth because it's real small. Like my towels are thin and small.
Oh my god, I have to have the big ones that like engulf
Mm-mm,
around my body like a hug, and it's got to be
mm-mm.
thick so it absorbs all the water.
I think they don't dry well. I think they stay musty smelling. Mine are usually,
Mine don't.
they don't.
No, but you know what? I want to ask you a question because I know quite a few people who do this. So I don't feel alone, and y'all may judge me for this, but I don't give a fuck. Okay, so it's Monday, and I got a feeling I know what you're gonna say. It's Monday. You take a bath. You dry off with your towel and stuff. How long do you use that towel for, or does it automatically go in the hamper?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've tried to convince myself and my family a towel, you're drying off a clean
A
body.
clean body.
So to save on washing and cut down on washing, technically, if I'm willing to wear panties 30 days in a row, no, if I was willing to wear panties 2 or 3 days, you should dry off with a towel 2 or 3 times.
Okay, because that's what I do because we plow through some towels here,
Yeah,
and me and JoJo are good at it. Jason sucks at it, but
yeah,
I'm like, okay, look, this is y'all's designated towel for pretty much the week. So here's your designated spot, mine, and mine. And
yeah,
me and her be good with it, but he'll go through a damn towel every day, and I'm like, look, pick one towel. You're drying a clean body off, and it's not that he thinks it's nasty. He just gets lazy and just throws it on the
yeah,
floor for me to
yeah.
pick up.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I was going to say technically you should be willing to do that, but to answer your question honestly, it's one towel per bath, and and there's be times that when I wash my hair, because I don't wash my hair but once a week usually,
uh huh,
and so that day I'm gonna have a towel for my head, a towel for my body, and they both go in the laundry. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, okay. I was
So no,
curious of that.
I do just do one per bath, but not because it's just because I'm not trying to be frugal. I don't know why, but we do. I have probably like 60 towels
But you
because I
know, I'm
buy
gonna
them all
tell
the time.
you, with us talking about this with our quirks, past and present, I get some shit is weird, but nobody can judge us because we are our own person.
Yeah.
You know, we are in our own space, and what we do in our own space is our prerogative.
Listen, I have come to learn. I'm 52 years old. And back when I was younger, teenage years, young 20s, oh yeah, I tried to hold a certain image, be what other people thought I should be, do what I everybody thought I should do. And you kind of wake up and you ask yourself, why the fuck am I doing this? Especially if
Yeah,
it's something you don't like or it's really not you. And I come up with a thing that I'm unapologetically myself. I am unapologetically me. And I will not change that for anybody or
and you
anything. And
shouldn't.
no.
You
And
should
I have
not.
come to learn, like I've told you, I have lost friends, I have lost family because I am who I am. But I have lived a hell of a life growing up. And I have went
Yeah,
through a lot of shit. And I'm not going to dim my light for somebody else to make them feel comfortable because
hell
I am
yeah,
a firm believer. I am a firm 100% believer. If you love somebody, you love them for who they are, all their good, all their bad, all their everything. And if you
yeah.
can't love me like that, and you're literally asking me, I'm just asking you to change a few simple things. No, you're not. You're asking me to be somebody I'm not, and I can't do
You're
that.
asking to change you, not change a
Yeah.
few things. You're asking to change who you are.
Yes. Yeah.
That
And
that
I
is
can't do
true.
it.
That is true.
And that's one thing when I come in my relationship with my husband, I've never tried to change him. And I think it's terrible when women get with a man and they're like, well, I need to change this. And no, you don't. If you want
Why
to
the hell
change
did you
something
get with
about
him
it,
to
don't
begin
be with
with?
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, I do have a few more, but I'm not going to go into like details about them. But there is my last one that I'm probably going to go into detail about. Um, like I know everybody likes to do like matching bra and panties. I'm the same way. That's a little quirk I have. I'm a germophobia. Um, I do a lot of times like to wear mixed match socks because I think they're cute. But one of my present ones that I do, this is my final one that I'm gonna tell you about. I don't know what it is. I do have a little bit of what is it OCD with certain
Me
things,
too. Hmm.
but things have to be even for me. I don't like odd numbers. I like even numbers. If I'm looking at something and it's not straight, I have to turn it to where it is straight and even. I can
Hmm.
literally be walking out the door, and every morning, Bridget, I pass by my coloring station. If I see my oh hoo hoo shelf is just slightly off, or my little
Hmm.
knickknacks that I have on it, I have to fix them. It has to be
Yeah.
everything has to be even and be straight. It can't be something hanging off here. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm very very picky with that. I it like and JoJo has seen me do it. Jason has seen me do it. I'll sit there and just line it up. I mean, I don't look like a freak when I'm doing it, and
Right.
it's not like I take this odd stuff and just be like, okay, I got everything. It's just when I'm doing something or I'm
Right.
setting up something, it's got to be even.
Yeah,
Got to
that's
be
me.
even.
I think so too, and I'm to the point that I'll go in a grocery store, and you going through checkout, and they'll have candy bars and gums and all that stuff, and some of them they might be flipped different ways. I sit there in line while I'm waiting to bring out, and I straighten it all up. And Ronnie will look at me and he'll go, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Just straightening this up." I'll straighten their gum up. I'll straighten their candy bars
Yes,
up. Everything.
I do. And also, are you the one that when you walk by stuff and things hanging on a rack, and if it's pushed to the front, you push it to the back because it needs to
Yes.
be pushed back?
Yeah.
Same way, same way.
Yeah. I do stuff like that. Now, okay, so I'm gonna share with you one of my last ones, and this is not it's not really weird, but I'm a blanket person, and I have blankets in my trunk, and when I go to restaurants I take a blanket in with me to a restaurant.
Well, they keep it
So,
down, 30 degrees in there, so I don't blame you there.
mhm. Yeah, that's what we do. We do it because to keep. But I've got a lot of my friends. We all do it now because everybody's like, that's a smart idea. But I have a blanket with me just about everywhere I go. I'm a blanket baby. I love blankets, and I have a little obsession. You came to my house and seen how many throws I have. I have an obsession with cute
A
throws.
lot.
Yeah, I do a lot of them.
But, y'all, it was so funny because when we went, she's like, y'all, excuse my my throws. I didn't even notice them till she pointed them out, but she just the look on her face was like, "Oh, I probably should have put those up." I'm like, "Girl, if I had throws like this, which I do, I'm a throw person too. Like, if you look on my ottoman and my couch, there's one, two, three, four, back of the chair, five. There's six throws in this living room, and I've got them in my bedroom. I've got JoJo hooked on them,
Ew.
Jason's on them. So we're throw people too. But it was almost like not that she was embarrassed because Bridget don't get embarrassed easily, but it was just like, oh shoot, I didn't put my throws up. And I'm like, girl, my house looks the same way. But she had them so folded up, all nice and neat, and a lot of them were tie dye because y'all know she loves tie dye, but they were
Yeah.
so cute. And I was sitting on the couch and I was right beside him and I just touched this and I was like, oh, it's so soft. And I was like, Bridget, I want this one because it was such a
Yeah.
pretty tie dye. But I can guarantee you I had to have that from Amazon. So she'll send me the link.
Oh, which one was it that you used?
Uh, I didn't use it. I was just touching it because it was so soft. But I think it was like the fourth one. It was a tie dye color. It was so pretty. It was the pastel tie dye one.
Was it fluffy like a rug, or was it just a regular like microfiber? The
It felt
soft.
like just a fluffy microfiber throw.
I'll have to go there and look and see which one it was and try to remember where I got it from.
Hmm.
But I'm a sucker for throws, and what you don't realize is that you see how many's in there. My son came a few months ago, and I probably got rid of between throwing some out and giving him some, and I probably got rid of about 30.
Oh my god.
And I in
Yeah,
my
you
living
got way
room, I
more
probably
throws than I
have
do.
30. I probably have 30 in my living room. So, yep, stack some. So, anyhow, y'all learned some weird quirks about us, past and present.
Yep.
Um, some good and some not so good.
You learn
And
from a girl who made her panties walk to the sink to a girl who barked like a dog.
yeah, that's right. That's right. But y'all do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get more shows like this. We air every Tuesday and every Friday at 11 p.m. But we love you guys. Always feel free to hit our email, which is bridgetandholly@gmail.com, and hit us up with some topic ideas or things that you might want to hear from us. But thank you again for tuning in, and I'm out. Thank you. What do you say, Holly?
Before we go,
Go
let's
ahead.
tell them. Let's tell them what our next podcast is going to be.
You
Cause
is right.
yeah,
I thought
cause
I was doing really good.
but
Taking
you were
steps.
because y'all, we need we need help with y'all on this because we want to hear from you. So Bridget,
Yeah.
take it away.
At 2 shows a week, we do need some help with topics. Okay, so our next show is going to be to tell the truth. We was kind of going to do a truth and dare kind of thing, but had to keep getting up for dares or come up with some weird dares, and we might still turn it into that if we come up with a good idea. But to tell the truth, and that's where we're able to ask each other questions, and you have to be honest.
Yep.
No matter what, you have to be honest.
So if y'all want to know the truth about things with me and
What? Yep.
Bridget, let us
Email us.
know. Yes, put it like email us because we on every platform that we're on, we always have our email. I always post teasers and stuff on our Instagram, on our backup TikTok. Bridget's got her YouTube, her personal pages, my personal pages. We post all the time on those. So
Yeah.
if you don't email us, at least put a comment on for that. And it could be anything random, like it doesn't even have to be like anything gruesome or it's whatever you want to know. We will tell you the
About
truth
us.
about it.
Right. So email us your questions or comment or whatever, and just be like, "I for the Tell the Truth show. This is what I want to know."
Yep,
Ask us any. No, nothing's off limits. We'll
exactly.
answer anything. We'll answer anything.
Exactly.
All right, girl. Well, I'm out.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye.